Hello, everybody. Ella J here for our Wrestling Gal, and today I am once again joined by one half of your OPW Women's Tag Team Champions, Kingsley. How are you today?
Hi, I'm fantastic. How are you?
I am so good to be catching up with you, like we were talking about off air. I think
Mm,
this is my eighth or ninth interview with. Don't quote me on it. It's
something.
either eight or nine, but it's a yearly tradition now. Sometimes
It
we've done twice a
is.
year, but you're stuck with me now. We have to have a yearly tradition
We
of an
have to
interview with
twist
you
my arm. Ugh.
to capture the moments. This year has definitely, dare I say, the best year of your career thus far, on paper and in the ring and across social media, everywhere. The 2024 was your year. We'll get into some of the reasons why in a little bit, but some things have changed since the last time I talked to you. One of them being now you have gold strapped around your waist. One of them took place at Mickie James's HER event, where you and Shay Cassidy became the first ever OPW Women's Tag Team Champions, and still,
hmm
um,
hmm
and the first ever Women's Tag Team Champs across all of Australia. So that
Yeah.
is a amazing accomplishment in and of itself. So
Thank
congratulations on that. Before we get
you.
into the match itself, I want to talk about your overall experience there at her event in Starcast Down Under. There was a lot of legends, people from around
Mm.
Australia, across the world. Tell us about your overall experience at her and Starcast Down Under back in April.
Oh my God, it was the most random experience ever, but it was so positive. I've never felt such a positive environment ever. Like I've been to many wrestling environments and a lot of wrestling shows, but like
Yeah.
this was like top tier, like girl power. This is like it really felt like, dare I say, like drunk mums, not drunk, but like the cool aunties, hanging out with
Yeah.
the kids and everything. Like Mickey, Victoria, Alicia Fox, they were like just so lovely and just so nurturing and gave really good feedback. And they just really, like Mickey especially, really wanted this event to be really good and perfect and like represent women to the best of their abilities. And they did, I feel like. And I feel like everyone involved really did a good job at that. So yeah.
Yeah, you were surrounded by a lot of legends and Hall of Famers, like you mentioned, Victoria, Alicia Fox, Mickie James, Bret Hart was there, Shelton
Oh yeah.
Benjamin. I saw an interaction you guys had with the Great Khali, which I thought was hilarious. So tell us about some of the memorable interactions you had or feedback that you received that weekend from some of these legends.
Okay, so Great Carly, let's start off there because hilarious, right? Just like when will you ever see the Great Carly right in front of you? It was so funny because we had the rumblings, like we heard people going like, "Oh yeah, Great Carly's coming," right? We're like, "Yeah, yeah, we know." Saw him backstage here and there, and I think I don't know. It was just really weird because we were at our little meet and greet tables. And then I was just talking to a bunch of fans, this and that, having a good time. And the moment he walked in, all of us just stopped talking.
And
We
like,
just looked like glued to him, like looked at him. And as as he walked past, I said to the fan, I am so sorry, but the great Carly is here and I need to go. And all of us ran backstage
funny.
and were like, Mr. Carly, Punjabi Playboy, please, we need a photo with you. And that's what happened. The photo that everyone has seen
Hmm.
online. Yeah, just all of us just frothing over the great
That's
Carly.
funny.
Poor man, like he's just like hounded by women, but I'm sure he liked it a little bit. He must have. But we enjoyed his company. He was great. He was really nice. He was lovely. Yeah, Great Carly is great. And Bret Hart, love Bret Hart as well. I feel like, oh, he can talk. He has a lot of good stories and everything. He likes he's a good yapper, I would say. I
Like
hope he never
you.
hears this. Like me, I'm like a nerve. So we got along very, very well. But he had really good questions. He was very interested in what we had to say. He asked us who we, idolized when we were growing up, who would we watch, who are we watching now, who do who are your inspirations? So he was actually really genuinely interested in what motivates us in wrestling. And I really appreciated that conversation. So, Yeah, I unfortunately made him do a Tim Tam slam, and that didn't really go very well because it melted in his hands and it slipped everywhere,
Mm.
poor thing. And I felt really embarrassed, and I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. Hart." That happened. But yeah, and I asked him to punch my head. It was great. So, it was a work punch, obviously. Like, sorry to
Yeah.
everyone hearing this. Everyone's just been like, Kingsley is chaotic as F, but like, hear me out. I asked him like, how he worked and everything, and he goes, he had the best punches of all time. I'm just like, Mr. Hart, can you please punch me in the head? And he goes, absolutely. And he worked it in, and he goes, did that hurt? I'm like, absolutely not. He goes, see, everyone should punch like that. I'm like, you know what? I will punch like that from now on. So thanks, Mr. Hart.
Kingsley will give you a punch for a certain dollar amount. That dollar amount will
Yeah,
not be disclosed on air. You will have to find out from
no,
her yourself.
absolutely. Email me.
I'm curious though. I'm kind of going to steal a page out of Brett's playbook. Obviously, I know when you grew up watching wrestling, Lita was a big inspiration.
Mm,
Hence, you kind of got a little bit of Lita hair
yeah,
going on right now.
yeah.
But who are some people then that inspire you or motivate you right now in the wrestling scene?
Yeah, right. Look, I'm an EO Shirai girl or EO Sky girl. So
Yeah, I love her.
every time I watch her, I'm just like, God damn, I wish I could do that.
Got her
So
on my. You can't tell the light is
mm,
blocking it, but I got Bailey, Dakota, and Io right there.
yeah. She's just phenomenal. I don't think she could ever have a bad match,
I
and
agree.
she just carries herself so well with like such aura and presence, and she just is such a fantastic wrestler. So I aspire to be as at least as good of a wrestler as she is. And obviously Rhea Ripley is just phenomenal with the Australians. I think she's just absolutely killing it, and she gives us hope, that we can actually achieve our goals, whatever they may be in wrestling. But she's definitely hit the jackpot and the big time. So she's a great representation for not just women but Australian wrestling, I think. And she's just lovely as well. She's such a lovely person too. So yeah, she's a great inspo right now. Yeah.
It's ironic that you say those two because there's been some teases. I don't think it's been a while since they faced off one-on-one, but there's been some teases of them wrestling each other potentially at WrestleMania coming up in Las Vegas. Um, but obviously Rhea Ripley first has to get through Liv Morgan to potentially
Mm.
even get to Io Sky at Mania. That's just looking ahead, but that's definitely a match I want to see. I'm sure you want to
Mm.
see that would cross
Absolutely.
paths. But obviously, we were talking about the her event. Obviously have to ask about your big
Mm.
moment, wrestling your good friends Nikki Van Blair and Frankie B. You won the OPW Women's Tag Team titles. We'll talk about the aftermath in a second,
Mm.
but talk about some of your main takeaways from the title match itself.
Oh, it was actually quite validating to be in that position, to be trusted in that position as well. There's so many great women in Australian wrestling, but we also don't have a lot of female tag teams as well.
Correct.
So to be considered as like you guys are like the top tier female tag teams in Australia, that's number one. Like, thanks. Thank you for that. That's really nice. But it's also validating to the hard work the four of us have put in together. Not just as individuals, but as teams as well. We're very different, very different teams, very different styles. But I feel like we complement each other in the ring very well. So I hope that match translated that. And yeah, it was just really nice. It was such a nice little friendship moment that's like, okay, this is something special that we can all share together. It was really nice. Yeah.
And you shared another moment afterward with the legendary WWE Hall of Famer, literally like a week after she got
Yeah.
inducted. I don't think Mickie knew at the time that she was getting inducted. It just so happened that she was the
Mm.
week before. But you got the title strapped around you by Bull Nakano herself after, and you got your hands raised. So tell us
Yeah.
about that moment sharing with Bull Nakano after your big title win.
Oh, it was so cool. I was just like raising my hand and everything. I was like, oh my God, this is mad. But it was so funny because when she was strapping the belt on me, I don't know if you can see on the camera, but like we were both struggling because like it wasn't
I
clipping in
couldn't
on time.
tell. Yeah.
Honestly, it was like war flashbacks. She was clipping it on, and I'm just like, and she goes, it's not clipping. I'm just like, it's okay, I can hold it, it's fine. And then you can see the photo of me just holding the belt and
Oh
like her
yeah.
holding my hand up. It was very funny. But yeah, we both shared that little awkward little moment together with Bull Nakano. So it was very funny. But it was very, very cool just yeah, having a Hall of Famer, the Bull Nakano. Yeah, she's cool. She we saw her after the match and we gave her little friendship bracelets as well. So she's got some Backslide Girlz friendship like bracelets on her. She posted about it and then she said that we're really good wrestlers. So I was like, I'm
The
gonna
biggest
cannonball
praise.
myself in. Honestly,
Some big praise there, yeah.
honestly, if anyone doubted us before, please, sorry, ask Paul Nakano. She thinks we're fantastic wrestlers. So
Yeah.
I wanted to cannonball myself into a wall when she posted that. But it was great. It was like a
Be
good cannonball into a
like
wall.
Bull, can you film this testimonial so you can pull up the
Yeah,
receipts?
leg. thank, thank you, Miss Girl. So no, she's
Yeah.
fantastic. She's lovely. Yeah, great experience. Overwhelming experience, but great.
Yeah, you, Shay, and Everett Connors have had a big year as the Backslide Girls. You are heading into 2025 as the OPW Women's Tag Team Championships.
Mm.
You've conquered a lot of Australia. But where do you want to take the Backslide Girls next on tour, potentially?
Oh, would be great if we can go overseas somehow. Whether that be with Everett or Shay Cassidy. It would be nice. Just to do a little thing here and there, maybe in the States, maybe in the Canadians, the Canadas, or even UK. I don't know. We're swimming at the moment. We're swimming. We're testing the waters here, the waters. But it'd be nice to do something overseas. I know Everett Connors goes overseas quite a bit, so
Yeah.
he represents us very well. I know I forgot who he tagged with a couple of months ago, but he did the dance and everything in the States as the entrance. I'm just like, go bestie, let's go Backslide Girls like overseas. It'll be great, you know.
Mhm.
Otherwise, it'll be great to do more interstate as well. I mean, we love going to Melbourne as well. Melbourne has a great crowd with MCW especially. We absolutely love MCW. We love being heels. We love yelling at people. So it's just I don't know if it's awful to say, but it just feels natural to be a bit of a,
Well, especially for
a
you,
douche.
your thing is, spilling the tea, like
I
duh.
know. I'm a
You
nice
still
person, I swear.
do you still not have your own talk show or do you have one now?
Oh, I look, in
Girl,
my
it's
friendship
been
group,
like
I
six
know.
years.
No, I am busy with real life, unfortunately. But
Fair
I
enough.
did do a private podcast with my circle of friends. It was called Nod Podcast with Kingsley. And I did that because my housemates pretty much went overseas and I was the only one in the house. And I would give them weekly updates of what's happening in the house. And then it just kind of turned into a 7 minute podcast. I had what am I listening to? Like what song I'm listening to? Is the stove working still? It's not.
Funny.
It still does that little flickering sound. Um, I did some birthday shout outs. It was really fun. It was a good project and it also gave me validation like, if I ever did a podcast, it would be well received. And it is fun. So maybe down the line, when I have a bit more free time, I can maybe test it out publicly. Yeah.
You deserve your own talk show. Like honestly, in the what 5 years now I've known you, you're good at yapping, like
I'm
and
so good
spilling
at
the
yapping.
tea. So
I'm a
it's only
yappuccino.
natural.
I know.
I'm just
Dare I
saying
say?
that's something that I still really want. I think people would be here for it. Grayson Waller has his own freaking show.
I
Like
know he beat me
hello,
to it. Oh, how
hello.
dare he? I know. And he's so good at it too. Both of
Yeah.
us are such yappers. So honestly, he was bound to get one, but he beat me to it. How dare he? He's
Well,
great.
that's something for potentially 2025. Um,
Yeah.
but I want to talk about another potential maybe goal for the Backslide Girls.
Mm,
Now you're heading into 2025 as tag team champs. If you
mm.
could defend these titles against any tag team of the past and or present, who would be your dream opponents? to defend them
Oh
against.
no. This is why I need Shay Cassidy with me. It's just like I need to bounce off her. Like, what do you think? Like, I don't know. Oh gosh. Look, I would love a rematch with PPK, because I just think they're so fun. But past or present, give me anyone from TMDK. Oh, actually, no jokes. There's no women in there.
Do you know
Fine.
what's funny? I spoke with Robbie Eagles. He spoke about potentially bringing in Jessica Troy. Um, she is obviously not, she's tag team partner. Well, female wise, she's tag team partner list right now, but that's a whole other story.
Mm, mm.
He did say Jessica Troy. He
Dur,
did
dur,
say that.
dur. Dur, dur, dur. So,
But they are
okay,
looking for
bring her in.
he does want to bring in a female member though. He did say that. That's what he told me.
Dur, dur, dur. So if he brings in maybe one or two, dare I say three,
Okay.
maybe four, at least two, and then maybe we
Okay.
can then say like, yeah, we wrestled TMDK. You know what I mean?
I mean, you could just
um,
wrestle Robbie too. I mean,
what has he done? I'm joking. He's great.
he's going for tag team titles at
I
Wrestle
know.
Kingdom, so
I know. I know. Maybe I'll take him off him. I'm joking. I won't. I won't, Robbie. I swear.
Kingsley for
Who am
Wrestle
I?
Kingdom confirmed.
Confirmed, maybe, please. Could you imagine? Oh my gosh, that'd be crazy if me and Shay Cassidy ended up in Wrestle Kingdom or something. Mental. Like even we would be like, what are we doing here? It's like, did you get the right girls? Because we're such goofballs. We don't know what the hell we're doing sometimes. So we're just here to have fun, you know. But otherwise, I don't know who else. Look, there's so many great girls. I mean, look, I would love to like ah Australian or just in general?
In
Do
general.
it in general.
But
God.
I'm shocked you're not saying I got it. Oh my
Mm.
God, do you know how great you would be against the mic against Billy Kay, Jessica
Oi.
McKay? I want
Oi,
that so bad.
no. I think she would like I think she's way better than me on the mic. But oh, it would be so funny if we Backslide Girls versus the Iconics. Do. That might be a bit of a banger match, I dare say. I dare say. Let's write that in the stars, Ella J. I think that's really great.
I'm here
But
for it.
yeah, I think Billy Kay is very much way better than I am on the mic. But it'll be hilarious.
It
Absolutely
would.
hilarious. Yeah. I think
It
we're
would.
going for like hours on end on the mic. Everybody will be like, shut up. Right? Or in hysterics or
I
like
would be like,
pass out
bring
from
it
laughing.
on. I would
Yeah.
say bring it on. I
It
want that.
can happen.
So,
Why not?
I'm gonna need, so I have officially Backslide Girls are want to challenge the Iconics at Iconics
Mm,
on Twitter and Instagram.
hello.
I think Cassie is still recovering. Is she still pregnant or did she give birth already to her second
Oh,
child?
I'm not too sure, to be honest.
Either way, it's gonna be a while before she's back in a
Might be
ring.
a while.
Um,
Might be a while. Yeah.
Bi- Jessica McKay can shadow box, like that's fine.
Yeah.
2-on-1.
Wait, I'm good at shadow boxing. It's just like can we have a shadow boxing match? That'd be sick. Instead of like a dance contest,
You could pull that off.
myself and Jessica McKay just like shadow boxing, and it's like, okay, is it Kingsley? Where was it Billy? Jessica McKay? Ooh, you know.
That's funny.
So that'll be hilarious. Oh, that's like next step from dance contest. What are we doing? Why are we dancing? We should be shadow boxing next. Ah, thanks for the ideas.
You're welcome. But from the Iconics to another wrestling icon, I saw you debuted a new Goldust-inspired ring gear this year. So tell us about the story behind that one.
I just like Goldust, man.
It's fair.
There's nothing really to it. I just look at it and I'm just like, God, you're weird, and I like it. You know, I just think Goldust has always been very interesting to watch and just so flamboyant. And again, aura is off the charts. So, and you know what? He can still really work to this day. Like he's such a good wrestler.
He
And
just
I'm just like,
announced
my
today,
God.
actually, that he re-signed a multi-year contract with AEW. So
Sister, he's still going, you know?
yeah,
My gosh. Sister's still going. Go off, Queen. Like I want to wrestle Dustin Rhodes now. Like I think he still has it. So, you know, um,
Well, AEW is coming to Australia in February.
yes, they are. How interesting, right?
Hmm.
I don't know. There might be something. I don't know. I really don't know anything what's going
You
on, but
when they were at All In, they had extras from around the UK. You could
mm,
be you could easily be an extra on
I
at Grand
could, I
Slam.
could, I could. I can work my magic.
And
Maybe
if
I'll
you are,
text
I want
Mr.
the scoop.
Rose.
And if you are, I want the scoop.
I'll let you know, girl, if I get
Okay.
in. As I guess who has a match with Goldust? Me.
Imagine.
Would you imagine? That'd be mental. I bet he's a nice guy. He gives off nice
Yeah.
guy
He
energy. I
seems like
hope.
it. I've never
He
met him
seems like
personally, but
never
I've
met
heard
him
good things
either.
about him. Yeah.
I just love Goldust.
Mhm. I
Mm.
do want to talk about obviously some of the other accomplishments that you've had this year. One of them being I believe, your debut on the QWI 200 at number 138. Shay Cassidy was 139. She did tell me that her goal next year is to beat you on the list. Um, so do you recall your initial reaction to this and what did it mean to you?
Oh, so funny because I had no idea like about this list at all. And then Shay Cassidy messaged me and she goes, "Guess what?" And then she sent me all that. I'm just like, "What is this?" Oh, that's bad. It's better than any other list I've ever been on. Honestly, it's sick. I don't think I've ever been on any other list to be honest. But great list to be on. Honestly, it's again validating. Especially with not only being the first female tag team women's champions in Australia, but also to represent the LGBTQ plus community as well. It's actually quite nice to be part of that. It's quite monumental in our opinions. I don't think a lot of people like know that we are part of
I
like
did not
because we're
know
not.
that even I
Yeah,
did not know. But I was very
no, but
happy to see that.
yeah, but we are like it's. I guess we don't openly talk about it as much as we would like to, but we are, and it's very 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 validating, and we are proud to represent that. So, yeah, it's really nice to be on that list. Yeah.
You did have the edge over Shea Cassidy because in addition to the tag team titles, you also held singles gold this year, which is ironic because the last time I talked to you, you said basically your big desire was you wanted to win your first championship. And not
Yeah.
only did you hold one title, but you held two titles because at Slam Rage in the Cage in December of last year, you defeated Jim Bro Jesse to become the first ever. What's
Mm.
first ever? It's making history,
I
Kingsley,
know, I'm
the,
girl first.
the first
Yeah.
ever Slam Women's Champion. So again, take us back to that moment. How are you feeling knowing you made history and also achieved a big milestone in your own career?
Oh, it's so cool. Like it's really cool. Um, like I've looked up to a lot of like my peers, like Chevs, Jessica making history, with her titles, and like Lena Cross is doing fantastic overseas and in Australia as well. And I just felt like I was like, yeah, okay, now I'm actually like trying to like at least trying to make not only a mark for myself, but I'm actually doing something really I guess historic in a sense
Mhm.
of for Australian wrestling. And I don't think like I don't know if people realize that or not, but like at least to me and like I guess my peers around me, like we recognize like yeah, okay, I'm a girl first. Like I'm the inaugural Slam Women's champion for Canberra. And I really wanted to I guess own that and take responsibility for the women's division there and build them up as like strong as a strong women's division. And I really hope with my title reign and my presence at Slam, I hope I did that for them. So yeah, and plus with the OPW titles as well, it was actually yeah, just building on that. Yeah, yeah, I'm just yapping
Yeah,
now.
so when you won this title, you obviously mentioned, wanting to uplift the women's division there because it was their first title. It's kind of
Yeah.
they're building their women's division. What other goals or aspirations did you have in your mind at the time that you wanted to achieve during, again, 320-day reign? Not too shabby at all. That's almost a freaking year, my friend. But if you think back, what other goals or visions did you have for your title reign?
Oh gosh, my title. I just like honestly, I just didn't want to be a boring champion. Like that was
You
like
boring.
I know
Those
me
two
boring.
don't go in the same sentence at all.
I know, but it was actually quite very, like, very, very important to me. Like, if I'm
Yeah.
holding a title, like, I have to make it mean something. And when the next person grabs it off me, it's gonna be like the biggest thing ever for them and for the women's division. So, yeah, I really, really tried hard to make an effort for, especially for that company slam, pro league and making sure the women there, like the girls coming up, actually felt like, oh, this is who we can aspire to be. Like if Kingsley can do X, Y, and Z, then I can do X, Y, and Z. So, I just like. I'm a bit of a mum, to be honest with these girls. Like I just really wanted them to do well, and I wanted them to set goals and like actually have a visual of it as well. So, hence why I said I don't want to be a boring champion. So I just want to show something, what we can do as especially as a heel champion as well. Because especially usually you see a little like a face, like a baby face winning the first championship. No, they threw in the biggest pitch ever like to represent them. So but it was fun. Just wanted to make things fun. I think that was like also just in general like a wrestling goal as well, because I felt like for a long time I just didn't really know what I was doing with wrestling. I kind of felt lost, and I felt like finally with a belt, like I had a responsibility and I can set goals around it and, make wrestling fun. So yeah, that's that, make wrestling fun and not be boring.
I don't know how you could ever, granted, we're all our own worst enemies and critics. You and boring do not belong in the
I
same
know.
sentence unless the word not is in between it. Um,
Not.
not boring at all.
Not.
Like, but unfortunately, you have since lost the title to Rita Stone
No.
last month.
Oh,
But like I said, 320 days is really impressive for your
pretty
first reign.
good.
Obviously, we wish you could have maybe inched another month so you could get to
Mm,
that 1 year mark.
1 year
But
mark, yeah.
from what I see, you and Frankie B will be competing in a number one contenders match in early February at
Yeah.
Slam. So I have to imagine that you're interested in getting it back.
I want it back so bad. It's mine. I look so good with it. You know what I mean? I like carrying it around like a purse, like Sable does. Bad bitch she is. Just like like why shoulder? No, I need my OPW and my Slam Women's Championship, both my arms, like handbags. I look so good with them, and Frankie B's not gonna get them.
So assuming you beat Frankie B, do you have a message that you would like to send to Rita Stone?
For Rita Stone, watch your back, girl. That's all I'm gonna say. Because I could give you one of these.
Mhm.
I'm so threatening.
You
I'm gonna
do
get you
always
Rita Stone.
have backup in your pocket too, as well, whether
Mm,
it's Shay or
I
Everett or maybe
do.
somebody else.
I do. But we don't cheat here. We don't. We're honest
No, not at
people.
all.
Not at all. She's just there to like morally support me, girls supporting girls, it's just that's how it is. That's what we do. We support each other, And
Hashtag
Shay Cassidy,
empowerment.
yeah. Yeah, empowerment. Shay Cassidy's also there to, support the other one in the ring. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Just
Mm,
supporting each other, moral support.
yeah. Couple more questions for you. As we're looking back on 2024, cannot believe we're days away from 2025 now.
Oh God.
Um, as you look on back of your collection of matches from this year, what would you say are some of your proudest performances from an in-ring standpoint?
I really liked my I Quit match recently with David Streamer.
Yeah.
I really, really liked it. It was so funny, so fun. Things went wrong, but that's okay because none of us, even the ref, had no idea how to do an I Quit match. Like, we were just, you know what, we're just going to go in there and like do X, Y, and Z and hope for the best. It was really, really fun. I love hitting a kendo stick. I love the trash can, like just chucking into them and then doing drop kicks into the trash can. It's just so fun. And yeah, just the paper shredder, my hair into a paper shredder, like, oh, hilarious, right? But the
I'd be worried.
handcuffs,
I had to like cut my hair off, like it would get stuck.
right? I
Like,
was
no thanks.
terrified.
No thanks.
Oh, no, thank you. I even had a hole puncher, like my finger in a hole puncher. My goodness. My God, so fun. But the handcuffs stressed us out, like, because Everett Connors and Shay Cassidy, they were handcuffed to the pole. And then I
Yeah.
finally got Streamer down. Well, Everett Connors did. He kicked them in the nuts to get him back for the last time he did that at Coliseum. So, but he was down, and I'm just like, fine, I can get the keys out of his pocket. The keys weren't in his pocket. They were scattered. And I was just like, where are the keys?
You'll
No.
need a backup.
Girl, it was concerning, but I was scouring, and then like it was almost like a movie because I just saw this little glimmer of light in the corner of my eyes, and the light was shining on the one key in the ring out of three. It's the other two have gone somewhere, but the one key in the ring in the corner next to Barnaby, it was glimmering at me. I'm just like, thank God.
Barnaby was keeping it safe.
He was that sweet, sweet bear. Oh, love Barnaby. Got the key. And then, unlocking the handcuffs were another thing. So it took a bit, but dare I say I kept Streamer down with a few more trash cans to the head and, just keep him in like that. So, but we eventually got there. We got there. But handcuffs, I don't think I ever want to work with them ever again. So they suck.
Unless you have like multiple pairs of keys.
Multiple, and we did. We just no, we lost 2 out of 3. So
That's funny. Oh my God. Well, you
very
can
fun
say
though.
like in EO Sky, you're like a hardcore queen now. You've conquered the
Yeah,
trash
yeah.
cans, though, it
The
seems.
trash can. Dare I say she may have inspired it, the trash can. So
Yeah,
she's great. I could never
I
do a
believe
backflip
it.
in a trash can though. God.
You never
Nah,
know.
no. Don't
Okay,
look at me
fair
like
enough.
that.
Fair
I
enough.
can't. I can barely jump as it is. I can't flip, girl.
Two more questions for you.
Mm.
Last year too, we were talking about some Aussie talents who we should be watching in 2024. Just like to say that the person that you mentioned is now signed to WWE. And I'm not saying
I know.
you manifested it, but I feel like you did. Obviously, I am talking about Delta, now known as
Hmm.
Zaria in
Hmm.
WWE NXT. You
Yeah,
manifested it. We're just gonna say
I
that.
know.
What are
How
your
crazy is
thoughts
that?
on her run in NXT so far?
She's freaking great, isn't she? She's just phenomenal. Like the moment I met her, I was just like, "Oh, you'll be gone." like, like, give it like 2, 3 years, you're gone. Like, and guess what happened? Like,
3 years,
I
yeah.
just, yeah, and I just feel like she was just so undeniable and just so like you can't not sign her. And
Yeah.
her on TV, watching her on TV right now has been great. She's doing fantastic. She's just plowing through it, isn't she? She's just going, yep, here I am, just bashing everyone. It's sick. I just also another great little inspiration there. So I really hope she does well, and I know she will do well because, and also just knowing her personally and how much of a wonderful, like humble and just sweet person she is. I know she'll get far, because everyone loves her. So, and she just delivers every single time. So she's fantastic.
I agree. And, as we're looking towards the future now, final question. Last year, well, this year, I guess technically, your big goal was to win your
Mm,
first title. You now doubled that. You've conquered that. You got not one, but two titles this year.
mm.
What is your goals for the next year then, 2025, or resolutions, as they say, for the new year?
Oh, definitely looking into travel. So this girl's gonna travel. I'm gonna just at least dabble here and there over the waters, I think, and see how I fare in a different wrestling environment, and see if that will get me, I don't know, maybe some more belts. But I'm not counting on any belts overseas though. But it could happen, or maybe not. But it could. We'll see.
Good.
But at least like to see how I go with a different crowd in a different country. So I'll see if they like me.
Plans TBD, stay updated, folks.
Mm.
Where can the people stay updated as we're wrapping this up? Let the people know where they can find you online and stay updated on your journey in 2025.
Yeah, girl, I'm on Instagram. So I am Kingsley underscore PW. I'm not on, do they still call it Twitter? I'm not on Twitter.
Twitter X.
X
You
now?
should join Blue Sky though.
What's Blue Sky?
It's like it's a better alternative to Twitter. It's a lot nicer. People over there are a lot nicer. I
Oh,
think it's time
thank
for a
God.
comeback for you.
Okay, maybe. Okay, maybe you'll find me on Blue Sky. Who knows? I'll check that out, but definitely not the
Yeah.
Twitter space. I don't like that one. And Facebook, I'm pretty sure it's just Kingsley Pro Wrestler or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah, that's what I should know. Kingsley Pro Wrestler on Facebook. So yeah, count me there or see me there.
Well, Kingsley, it is always a pleasure getting to catch up with you. I will see you next year for what I think might be number 10. I'll have to
Damn.
count. I think it would be number 10 next
Yeah,
year. We do
we
another
have to count
individual.
this. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a lot, Ella. My God. Oh,
You're not sick of
my
me
goodness.
yet, which is a good
Definitely not.
sign. So thank you.
No, thank you for having me.
Thank you. We will catch up with you soon, and obviously happy holidays to everyone watching us. Although by the time this is coming out, it'll be closer to the new year. So happy new year.
Happy New Year,
Um,
everybody.
and 2025 feels like a fake year, but
Yes.
but it's real, which means we're getting older. I don't want to talk
Uh,
about it.
Me
On
neither.
that note, Kingsley, thank you so much for joining me here today again.
No, thank you.